everybody, today on my channel I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I often do these little sketchy type videos from time to time where I don't actually do any journaling, I just do drawing. So I wanted to show you, first of all, I drew these little sketches on my iPad one night. I really like the idea of just having a load of coffee characters and like bread characters and pastry characters. I remember one of the very first, it might actually be the very first drawing I ever showed on my YouTube channel. I was really nervous to show it, but it was a bunch of characters that were like all different types of coffees. So I really wanted to explore that today, and I had already drawn these little characters on my iPad. So I'm kind of want to do like a spread like this one that you can see now. I kind of want to do that, like explore different ideas, but in the theme of coffee and pastries and bread. Maybe because when I went to Copenhagen, I was so inspired by all their pastries. They look so delicious. So I decided to just go straight in with pen for these characters, because I already knew roughly what they were going to look like. And I was drawing with my Kakuno Fountain Pen, which I really like, but as you can see, it started to run out of ink. So I do have this magical box, which it might look like a mess to you, but this is one of my favorite boxes. So when I left Japan, I actually bought a lot of refills for some of my favorite pens and pencils, and even some erasers that I really liked, and different little paints and things. So this box is like a little treasure trove for me, and at this point I was panicking a little bit because I thought I didn't have any ink left for this particular pen. As you can see, I have 2 left, so that's really good. I also really like using black ink in this pen because I use it mostly for outlines, and it is extra fine, I believe, so it's really nice in the Hobonichi as well. If you're doing your 5-year Hobonichi, it's good for that as well because it's very fine. But yeah, like there's so many cute little things in here, lots of eraser refills, and even pens that I haven't used yet. So there's some Posca pens in there. There's some pencils that haven't even been sharpened yet, and it's very exciting for me because I know I have this little box of refills. So when some of my pens are going to run out, I still have this box of refills. But I was quite upset to see that I didn't have a refill for the Uniball, the Energel, sorry. I didn't have a refill for the Energel, and I have a pen, it's 0.5 and I love it, and yes, that one has run out. So I didn't even realize I didn't have a refill, so I don't know what to do about that. I'm sure they will have some refills online. Anyway, so yes, as you can see, I'm just going through lots of different characters and kind of exploring different sizes and shapes. And I really like this eye style of having the larger like white around the eye and then the smaller pupil. I just really enjoy that the most. That's the one that makes me laugh the most. So when my husband saw these characters as well, he said that some of them look like they have imposter syndrome, or or they don't really know what's going on, or they're a bit worried that they're not going to get chosen as a, you know, that donor isn't so sure if she's going to get picked, and all these various things. And me and my husband were coming up with all these funny stories about these characters. So I love that. I love being able to imagine backstories for all these funny little characters, and they're fun too to just draw as little extra things in your journal. You can just draw it in the corner and it just adds a little more character to your everyday journaling. So yes, anyway, as you can see, I'm going to be using some watercolor. I have a mixture in here of Gekko-so and Holbein. The bottom few are Holbein acrylic gouache, but the rest of them, no, that's a lie. The bottom few are gouache. And the middle-ish ones, there's a few there that are Holbein, and then the rest of them are Gekko-so. So most of them are Gekko-so, but they're watercolors is what I'm using today. And as you can see, I'm just mixing lots of browns because generally coffee and bakery items have different brown tones in them. So I'm just doing lots of different browns. And for the ink, I actually used a water-soluble ink. I didn't use an oil-based ink. And the reason for that is I actually just really like the way that the ink ends up smudging around. I think it suits my style and the way my brain works when I'm drawing and painting. I'm really not, I've said this so many times, but I'm not a neat artist, but I don't try to be either. I just feel I really like this kind of purposely messy, I guess, style. And the way the ink bleeds into the colours and the water, I just really love it. So as you can see on the muffin there's lots of like where the water is kind of puddled and mixed with the ink. I just love that effect. I don't know why, it just makes me very happy. So that's why my ink is able to mix with the water. And I would like to try an oil-based ink actually. I've only ever tried the fine liners like that. I haven't tried a fountain pen with that type of ink in it, so I actually really would like to try that and see if I prefer it. Because sometimes, like you can see on the bread that I just did in the top left, sometimes it runs a little bit too much, and even though I don't mind when it mixes and makes that kind of muddy color so much, sometimes it is a little bit too much and then you can't take it away. Like if you add too much water, the ink will bleed into all the colors, and sometimes it kind of covers up the faces a bit. So I think I would like to use an oil-based ink for the eyes, so that didn't happen, because I like to see the white of the eyes as well. So the ink is best when it's not really running into the eye area, so I could do that. But yeah, other than that, I really love it. And now I'm just using Prismacolor pencils to go in and add a little bit more depth and a little bit more detail. But again, I really like the kind of I just drew this in 5 minutes look to a piece of like a drawing. So I'm not adding too much detail, and as you can see, here we go, they are finished. A couple of the breads got quite smudged there, so just ignore those, but I really love some of these and how they turned out. Please let me know in the comments which character is your favorite. Personally, I love this cutie right here, right in front of the camera now. I love him. I just feel like he's adorable and doesn't even know it. And I love the I'm Fine bread as well. But yeah, oh, and the blueberry, of course. I like them all. They're all fun. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you again next Sunday with a brand new video. Take care, everybody. Bye.